Did they promise you a six-figure salary right out of the gate? We have all seen the ads and heard the recruiters talk about the incredible money to be made in trucking. It sounds like the fastest road to financial freedom. But what if that promise is the first and biggest lie? Have you ever felt that squeeze when the paycheck looks huge, but the bank account says otherwise? What you are about to discover is the brutal truth behind that $100,000 dream. Stick with me here, because we need to talk about how that dream salary can quickly turn into a nightmare of debt. Let's start with the most tempting lie of them all. They call it a six-figure income, and technically they aren't wrong. The gross number looks beautiful on paper, but what they don't tell you is that the net income is what breaks your spirit. Suddenly you're buried under crippling maintenance costs, the ever-rising price of diesel, and insurance payments that never seem to end. That dream of financial freedom quickly becomes a nightmare of debt. You're not driving for the open road anymore. You're driving out of desperation just to make the next payment. Have you ever felt that weight? If this feeling is familiar to you, let me know in the comments. Your story, your experience, is what makes this channel a real community. When you like the video and subscribe, you're not just clicking a button. You're sending a signal that these real stories matter, helping us reach more drivers who are feeling isolated out there. Your engagement is the fuel that keeps this rig running. And that financial pressure is just the beginning of the deception. The next lie they sell you is perhaps the most romantic, the one that speaks directly to the heart of the American spirit. They tell you that you will be your own boss. They paint a picture of you as the last American cowboy, a king on a throne of chrome, answering to no one but the open road. It's the ultimate promise of freedom, the core of the entire journey. But the reality is a stark and brutal contrast to that beautiful image. The hidden truth is that you have more bosses in this cab than you ever did in an office. You're managed, tracked, and dictated to every single mile of the way. Your primary boss is the dispatcher. This isn't a partnership. For many, it's a complex relationship built on a foundation of pressure. It often starts with friendly talk, the illusion that you're part of a team, a family. But the moment you hit an unexpected delay, a sudden snowstorm in Colorado, or a backed-up highway in Atlanta, the tone changes. The supportive partner becomes a demanding manager. They don't want to hear about the conditions. They want to hear that you're still moving. It's a form of psychological warfare, making you feel guilty for things that are completely out of your control. Your professional judgment, the very expertise you've built over thousands of hours on the road, is questioned and often dismissed. You know it's not safe to push on, but the pressure from the voice on the phone is relentless. It's a heavy burden, being forced to choose between your safety and your job. This dynamic completely changes your mindset. You stop thinking about the best way to do the job and start thinking about how to manage the person on the other end of the line. The impact of this is a slow erosion of confidence and passion for the work. Then there's your second boss, the clock itself, and its enforcer, the delivery appointment. The schedule is a tyrant that never sleeps. The entire supply chain runs on a just-in-time philosophy, and you, the driver, are the one who absorbs all the system's failures. You rush across 3 states, pushing yourself to the legal limit, only to arrive at a warehouse and be told to wait, and wait, and wait. Hours of your precious, legally limited driving time tick away in a dusty lot, unpaid. This is the great irony of the behind-the-scenes world of trucking. Hurry up just to wait. But when you are finally loaded or unloaded, the expectation is that you will make up for that lost time. The pressure is back on you. It's a frantic race against a clock that was reset by someone else's inefficiency. This constant urgency is the enemy of safety, the enemy of sanity. The decisions you make under this kind of duress are not the decisions a free person would make. They are choices made from a place of fear. Fear of being late, fear of losing a load, fear of getting a reputation for being slow. It's a vicious cycle that grinds you down. Now I want to go even deeper on this subject, because there's a third boss, the most invasive one of all, and it lives right here in the cab with you. The electronic logging device. The ELD. It was sold to the industry and the public as a non-negotiable tool for safety. But for the driver living with it, the reality is far more complicated. Its impact has been a complete transformation of the job. It has become, for many, a digital prison warden. It is a constant, unblinking eye that tracks your every move with zero flexibility. It dictates when you can drive, when you must stop, and for how long, with the cold, hard logic of a machine. There is no room for nuance, no space for human judgment. The ELD doesn't know you're just 5 miles from a safe, well-lit truck stop with hot food and a secure place to park, but your 14-hour clock is about to expire. It forces you to pull over on the dangerous, dark shoulder of an interstate, a place where you're a sitting duck. It doesn't care that you feel wide awake and could safely continue for another 30 minutes to find a better, more humane place to rest. The clock says stop, so you stop. This isn't freedom. This is control in its purest, most technological form. It's the ultimate revelation of the behind-the-scenes reality of modern trucking. Your entire journey is pre-calculated, managed, by an algorithm that doesn't understand reality. In a strange twist, this tool designed for safety often creates more dangerous situations. It incentivizes you to race against the clock, to drive faster than you normally would, because you know that mandatory 10-hour break is coming whether you're ready for it or not. The psychological impact is immense. It starts as a feeling of being watched, which then evolves into a deep-seated frustration. Over time, it can lead to a sense of learned helplessness, a feeling that your own experience and skills no longer matter. The silence in the cab becomes filled with the imaginary ticking of a clock that will shut you down. You are no longer navigating the country as a professional. You are being moved across a digital chessboard by forces you cannot control. The loss of autonomy is one of the most difficult truths to swallow on this journey. It's the lie that hurts the most because it attacks the very reason many of us were drawn to this life in the first place. We came seeking freedom, and what we found was a cage on wheels, gilded with the promise of being our own boss. Comment below with the word freedom if you know what this feeling is. Like Dot, it's the lie that hurts the most because it attacks the very reason many of us were drawn to this life in the first place. We came seeking freedom, and what we found was a cage on wheels, gilded with the promise of being our own boss. And this connects directly to the third great deception, the one that fuels the fantasy for so many people watching from the outside. They promise you an endless adventure. You will see America, they say. Every single day brings a new horizon, a breathtaking landscape, a different city. The marketing for this life is filled with epic shots of trucks against fiery sunsets in Monument Valley or winding through the lush green mountains of the Pacific Northwest. It's a powerful, intoxicating image, a journey of constant discovery. But the hidden truth is that you don't experience America. You just watch it pass by your window, like a movie you're not allowed to be in. The constant motion creates an illusion of adventure, but the reality is a deep, profound sense of detachment. You'll drive right past the exit for the Grand Canyon, but you can't stop. The load is due in Phoenix. You'll see the glittering skyline of Chicago at night, a testament to human ambition, but your only experience of it will be the gritty, industrial outskirts where the distribution centers are. It's a unique form of torture, being so close to everything and yet so far away. You are a ghost haunting the landscape. The real journey, the one you live day in and day out, doesn't happen against those beautiful backdrops. It happens behind the scenes. Your true landmarks are not mountains and monuments. Your landmarks are the loading docks of massive windowless warehouses, places that all look the same, whether you're in New Jersey or California. Your reality is the smell of diesel fuel mixed with the stench of a nearby landfill. It's the hum of 100 reefer units creating a constant mind-numbing drone in a packed truck stop at 2 in the morning. This is the part of America you truly get to know. The cracks in the asphalt of a rest area, the faded menu of the same chain diner you ate at 2 states ago, the suspicious puddles in a dimly lit parking spot. The transformation of your mindset is brutal. That initial spark of wonder, that excitement you felt seeing the country for the first time, slowly gets eroded by a soul-crushing routine. The adventure becomes a loop. The decisions you make are not about what to explore, but about what's the most efficient route. What's the quickest place to get a shower? Where can you find parking before all the spots are taken? Your world shrinks down to the necessities of survival on the road. The impact of this is a strange kind of loneliness. You see families on vacation, people living their lives in the towns you pass through, and you are utterly separate from it all. You are a service provider, a critical gear in the machine, but you are not a participant in the world you are serving. The promise of adventure is revealed to be the greatest lie of them all, because it's replaced by a profound sense of monotony. The job isn't about exploring the country. It's about crossing it as quickly and efficiently as possible, over and over again. The vibrant tapestry of America is reduced to endless miles of gray pavement. Now I want to go even deeper on this subject, because this landscape of monotonous reality sets the stage for the next, and perhaps most personal, lie we are told about this life. The road is a beautiful place, but it's also an incredibly isolating one. This atypical journey through the backbone of the country has a deep impact on the human mind, on the soul. The constant motion and detachment from the world you see outside the window creates a very specific kind of mental state that is not easily understood by those on the outside. It's not just about being alone. It's a fundamental rewiring of your connection to the world around you. We're told this life is for the lone wolf, the independent spirit who thrives in solitude. But the truth is far more complex and far more painful than that. It is a journey into a specific kind of darkness, a quiet battle fought in the confines of the cab. And the consequences of this battle, the revelations that come from it, are some of the most profound and difficult truths a driver has to face. This is where the story gets incredibly real. Comment below with real view if you understand that. The scenery from the cab is not the real adventure. Comment below with real view if you understand that the scenery from the cab is not the real adventure. This is where the story gets incredibly real, because the most misleading lie of them all is the one they tell you about the silence. They say this job is perfect for the lone wolf, for the person who enjoys their own company and craves peace and quiet. They sell you an image of peaceful solitude, a meditative journey where you can be alone with your thoughts. And for a while, it feels like that. But there is a brutal, fundamental difference between choosing to be alone and being condemned to feel lonely. The first is a state of peace. The second is a state of pain. And in this job, that line gets blurred until it disappears completely. The hidden truth of this journey is that the cab of your truck doesn't just become your home. It becomes an echo chamber for everything you're missing. Every mile you drive puts more distance between you and the life you're supposedly working to support. You're not just missing events, you're missing the fabric of life itself. It starts with the small things, the inside jokes you don't understand when you get home, the new restaurant everyone is talking about that you've never been to. You slowly start to feel like a visitor in your own life, a guest in your own home. The decisions you make on the road have a profound impact on this dynamic. You get offered a great paying load going from California to Maine. Your mind sees the money, the miles. But your heart knows it means you'll miss your daughter's birthday. You take the load. And so you celebrate her turning 8 over a crackling FaceTime connection from a noisy truck stop in Iowa. You watch her blow out the candles on a screen, seeing the joy on her face, but you can't feel it. You can hear the laughter of your family in the background, a warm, happy sound that feels 1,000,000 miles away. You are a ghost at the feast. You hang up the phone, and the silence that rushes back in isn't peaceful. It's deafening. It's filled with the absence of that laughter. That is the true sound of loneliness. It's not the absence of noise. It's the absence of connection. This experience triggers a slow, painful transformation in your mindset. You begin to brace yourself for the milestones you will inevitably miss. You see them coming on the calendar like storms on the horizon. Your wedding anniversary becomes another painful reminder of your isolation. You send flowers, you make the call, but you're not there to hold your partner's hand. The screen becomes a poor substitute for presence. It's a constant knowing truth that you are sacrificing the present moment for a future that feels increasingly distant. The real gut punch, the revelation that truly breaks you, often comes with tragedy. A phone call in the middle of the night. A loved one is sick. A parent has passed away. And you are stuck 2,000 miles away with a load that has to be delivered. The feeling of utter and complete helplessness is a poison to the soul. You are a professional. You have a commitment. But at that moment, you would give anything, absolutely anything, to abandon that truck on the side of the road and just be there. To hold a hand, to offer a shoulder, to grieve with your family. Watching a funeral on your phone is an experience that leaves a scar. It is the ultimate testament to the sacrifice of this life. A moment that makes you question every single choice that led you to that lonely cab. You are disconnected, a passive observer of the most important and painful moments of your family's existence. This isn't the peaceful solitude of the lone wolf. This is the agony of forced separation. Now, I want to go even deeper on this subject, because the cumulative impact of this profound loneliness changes the very nature of the job itself. The emotional weight you carry becomes far heavier than any cargo in your trailer. We're told the job is simple, that it's just about driving from point A to point B. But this behind-the-scenes battle with loneliness and detachment proves that the physical act of driving is only a tiny fraction of the real work. The true journey is an internal one, a constant struggle to maintain your sanity, to hold on to your connections, to remember the person you were before the road claimed so much of you. The work is not in your hands on the wheel. It's in your heart, trying to bridge the ever-widening gap between your world and the world of those you love. And the idea that this is a simple job is the next lie we need to tear apart. It's a lie that dismisses the immense mental and emotional labor required to simply survive out here. Comment below with a single word: family. If you know this is the heaviest load we carry. Comment below with a single word: family. If you know this is the heaviest load we carry. And the immense challenge of carrying that emotional weight while simultaneously juggling a dozen other professional roles is precisely why the fifth lie is so deeply insulting. It's the lie that this job is simple. The lie that says if you can hold a steering wheel straight, you can do this. The idea that we are just drivers. That is perhaps the most profound misunderstanding of this entire life. The hidden truth is that the physical act of driving is maybe, on a good day, 50% of the job. The other 50% is a relentless, high-stakes performance where you are forced to be an expert in fields you were never trained for. The mental load of this journey is infinitely heavier than any cargo you will ever haul. It all starts before the sun even comes up, with your first job of the day. You're not a driver yet. You are a mechanic. The pre-trip inspection isn't just a routine. It's a diagnostic conversation with a 2-ton machine that holds your life and the lives of others in its hands. You're not just kicking tires. You are feeling for inconsistencies, listening for the faint hiss of a slow air leak, checking the slack adjuster on your brakes, knowing that a quarter-inch of play can be the difference between stopping in time and a catastrophic failure. You're smelling the air for the sweet scent of a coolant leak, checking fluids, ensuring every single light is operational, because a burnt-out clearance marker can attract a $1,000 fine at the next scale house. You make a dozen critical decisions before you even release the parking brake. Is that strange vibration I felt yesterday getting worse? Is this tire worn enough to be a risk on the hot asphalt of Arizona? Should I spend 4 hours and hundreds of dollars at a shop now, or can I make it to the receiver? This isn't driving. This is risk assessment and mechanical diagnostics under extreme financial and time pressure. Once you finally get rolling, you shed the mechanic's hat and you put on the hat of a logistics specialist. The dispatcher gave you a destination, but you are the one who manages the entire chaotic process of getting there. You are a human supercomputer, processing a constant stream of data. You're watching the weather radar, deciding to reroute 200 miles to avoid a blizzard in Wyoming. A decision that will infuriate your dispatcher, but might save your life. You're managing your fuel, not just finding a station, but calculating the price per gallon against the state fuel taxes to save your company, or yourself, a few $100s a week. And you are playing a constant complex game of chess with your hours of service clock. You know you need to shut down in 3 hours, but there's a major city in 2 hours. Do you push through the rush hour traffic and risk running out of time on the other side, or do you stop early and lose valuable mileage? These are not driving decisions. These are high-level strategic planning decisions with significant financial consequences. Now I want to go even deeper on this subject, because the moment you arrive at a shipper or receiver, your job undergoes another radical transformation. You take off the logistician hat, and you are forced to become a professional, negotiator, and a diplomat. You pull up to a gate and are often treated with immediate suspicion and disrespect by a security guard. You navigate a crowded, chaotic yard to find your dock, only to be told to wait. The hours you spend in that waiting room, or in your cab, are a masterclass in patience. Then you deal with the lumpers, the unloading crews. You have to negotiate their fees, trying not to get ripped off, while also not creating a hostile situation that could get you banned from the facility. You have to be polite but firm, patient but assertive. You are the face of your company, and your behavior can have a real impact on future business, but you are also an individual trying to defend your time and your money. The emotional intelligence required to navigate these interactions day after day to absorb the disrespect and still do your job professionally is a skill that is never mentioned in any recruitment ad. And through all of this, you must also be your own lawyer. You have to possess a working knowledge of the incredibly complex and ever-changing web of Department of Transportation regulations. You are responsible for the legal weight on your axles, something you don't control but will be fined for. You have to know the specific permit requirements for every state you cross. You have to understand the nuances of securing different types of loads, from steel coils to hazardous materials. The stress of approaching a weigh station is immense, because you know that one mistake by you or anyone else who loaded the truck could lead to crippling fines, points against your safety score, and the humiliation of being placed out of service. This job isn't driving. It is a constant, exhausting performance of multiple high-skill professions, and the only person responsible for every single aspect of that performance is you. Comment below with the word skilled if you understand the true complexity of this. Comment below with the word skilled if you understand the true complexity of this work. And while you are mastering all of those skills, the job is exacting a silent, hidden toll. This brings us to the sixth, and perhaps most tragic lie, the myth of rugged health. They show you images of tough, strong drivers, the picture of resilience. They tell you it's a hard job that keeps you strong. But the hidden truth is that this job doesn't make you strong. It makes you brittle. It's a slow, methodical process of breaking down the human body, a transformation that happens 1 mile at a time. The primary weapon in this assault is the driver's seat itself. Sitting for up to 11 hours a day isn't rest. It's a form of physical stagnation that a human body was never designed to endure. Your spine compresses, your back muscles weaken, your circulation slows to a crawl. The chronic pain that settles into your lower back, your hips, and your neck isn't a sign of hard work. It's the sign of a body slowly seizing up. The constant vibration of the truck, a subtle but relentless force, works its way into your joints. It's a journey where your own body becomes a source of constant, low-grade pain, a reality that is never shown in the recruitment brochures. This physical decay is accelerated by the fuel you're forced to put in your own body, your food choices. On the road are a cruel illusion of variety. You can have anything you want, as long as it's fried, processed, and loaded with sodium. Finding a fresh salad or a genuinely healthy meal at a truck stop is like finding a diamond in a coal mine. It's rare and it's expensive. So you make decisions based on speed and convenience. The roller grill hot dog, the greasy slice of pizza, the giant soda to keep you awake. These are not just meals. They are survival choices. And the impact of this diet is devastating. It's a direct path to weight gain, high blood pressure, and metabolic syndrome. The behind-the-scenes reality of a trucker's diet is a public health crisis hiding in plain sight. And even when you do try to rest, the job conspires against you. Sleep out here is rarely restorative. It's a fragmented, anxious state of partial rest. You try to sleep in a noisy lot, surrounded by the constant roar of reefer units and the sound of air brakes hissing at all hours of the night. You're constantly aware of your own security, sleeping with one ear open, worried about a knock-on, the door, or someone tampering with your load. Your sleep is dictated not by your body's needs, but by the relentless ticking of your logbook clock. This chronic sleep deprivation is more than just make you tired. It fogs your mind, slows your reaction time, and puts you in a constant state of low-grade stress. Now I want to go even deeper on this subject, because this unholy trinity of sitting, poor diet, and broken sleep creates what is known in the industry as a silent epidemic. This isn't just about feeling tired or gaining a few pounds. This is a systemic breakdown. The rates of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and hypertension among long-haul truck drivers are astronomically higher than the national average. We are literally trading years of our lives for the miles we drive. The ultimate revelation is the brutal trade-off you're forced to make. You are sacrificing your long-term health for a short-term paycheck. The truck gives you a living, but the price of that living is your life. Not in a dramatic, sudden accident, but in a slow, quiet theft of your future vitality. The irony is heartbreaking. You work this hard to provide a good life for your family, but you are destroying the very health you'll need to enjoy that life with them one day. It is a journey that can literally take years off your life. This physical decay, this behind-the-scenes battle for your own well-being, has a profound impact on how you are perceived by the outside world. The disrespect we face on the road is not just a matter of rudeness. It's a reflection of a deeper societal blindness to the human cost of keeping our country moving. And that lie, the lie that we are respected, is what we need to expose next. Comment below with the words, "The price is real." If you have ever felt the physical cost of this job, comment below with the word skilled if you understand the true complexity of this work. And while you are mastering all of those skills, the job is exacting a silent, hidden toll. This brings us to the sixth, and perhaps most tragic lie, the myth of rugged health. They show you images of tough, strong drivers, the picture of resilience. They tell you it's a hard job that keeps you strong. But the hidden truth is that this job doesn't make you strong. It makes you brittle. It's a slow, methodical process of breaking down the human body, a transformation that happens 1 mile at a time. The primary weapon in this assault is the driver's seat itself. Sitting for up to 11 hours a day isn't rest. It's a form of physical stagnation that a human body was never designed to endure. Your spine compresses, your back muscles weaken, your circulation slows to a crawl. The chronic pain that settles into your lower back, your hips, and your neck isn't a sign of hard work. It's the sign of a body slowly seizing up. The constant vibration of the truck, a subtle but relentless force, works its way into your joints. It's a journey where your own body becomes a source of constant, low-grade pain, a reality that is never shown in the recruitment brochures. This physical decay is accelerated by the fuel you're forced to put in your own body, your food choices. On the road are a cruel illusion of variety. You can have anything you want, as long as it's fried, processed, and loaded with sodium. Finding a fresh salad or a genuinely healthy meal at a truck stop is like finding a diamond in a coal mine. It's rare and it's expensive. So you make decisions based on speed and convenience. The roller grill hot dog, the greasy slice of pizza, the giant soda to keep you awake. These are not just meals. They are survival choices. And the impact of this diet is devastating. It's a direct path to weight gain, high blood pressure, and metabolic syndrome. The behind-the-scenes reality of a trucker's diet is a public health crisis hiding in plain sight. And even when you do try to rest, the job conspires against you. Sleep out here is rarely restorative. It's a fragmented, anxious state of partial rest. You try to sleep in a noisy lot, surrounded by the constant roar of reefer units and the sound of air brakes hissing at all hours of the night. You're constantly aware of your own security, sleeping with one ear open, worried about a knock-on, the door, or someone tampering with your load. Your sleep is dictated not by your body's needs, but by the relentless ticking of your logbook clock. This chronic sleep deprivation is more than just make you tired. It fogs your mind, slows your reaction time, and puts you in a constant state of low-grade stress. Now I want to go even deeper on this subject, because this unholy trinity of sitting, poor diet, and broken sleep creates what is known in the industry as a silent epidemic. This isn't just about feeling tired or gaining a few pounds. This is a systemic breakdown. The rates of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and hypertension among long-haul truck drivers are astronomically higher than the national average. We are literally trading years of our lives for the miles we drive. The ultimate revelation is the brutal trade-off you're forced to make. You are sacrificing your long-term health for a short-term paycheck. The truck gives you a living, but the price of that living is your life. Not in a dramatic, sudden accident, but in a slow, quiet theft of your future vitality. The irony is heartbreaking. You work this hard to provide a good life for your family, but you are destroying the very health you'll need to enjoy that life with them one day. It is a journey that can literally take years off your life. This physical decay, this behind-the-scenes battle for your own well-being, has a profound impact on how you are perceived by the outside world. The disrespect we face on the road is not just a matter of rudeness. It's a reflection of a deeper societal blindness to the human cost of keeping our country moving. And that lie, the lie that we are respected, is what we need to expose next. Comment below with the words, "The price is real. If you have ever felt the physical cost of this job, comment below with the words, "The price is real." If you have ever felt the physical cost of this job, the physical breakdown is made 1,000 times worse by the seventh great lie, the one that can break your spirit faster than any physical ailment. It's the lie that we are respected. You've heard the platitudes. Truckers are the backbone of America. The kings of the road. Politicians say it. News anchors repeat. It's a nice story they tell, a way to pat us on the head and acknowledge our existence in the most superficial way possible. But the hidden truth, the reality you live every single day on the asphalt, is that you are not seen as the backbone of the country. You are seen as an obstacle, a nuisance, a faceless, 70-foot-long metal box that's in everyone's way. The disrespect is a constant ambient noise in your life. It's in the way a small car, a four-wheeler, will aggressively cut in front of your 3-foot stopping distance, completely oblivious to the fact that you can't just tap your brakes. The driver of that car gives you an angry look, as if you are the problem, as if your very presence on their road is an unforgivable offense. In that moment, your heart pounds. A surge of adrenaline and pure, white-hot anger courses through you. You have to swallow it. You have to breathe, because you are the professional. You are the one who has to have the discipline of a saint. Because one wrong reaction from you, one moment of giving in to that anger, doesn't result in a fender bender. It results in a catastrophe. This is a profound psychological burden. To be constantly provoked, and yet legally and morally required to absorb it all without reaction. It's a transformation of your mindset from professional driver to professional punching bag. The most painful impact of this narrative is felt when things go wrong. In any accident involving a large truck and a small car, the immediate, unspoken assumption from the public, and often even from law enforcement, is that the trucker is at fault. You are guilty until proven innocent. You see it in the eyes of the people on the side of the road. You are the big, scary monster. The other driver is the victim. The truth that they were texting or speeding or weaving through traffic, that truth gets buried under the sheer visual disparity of the two vehicles. This sense of being prejudged, of being seen as a danger by default, is deeply dehumanizing. It strips you of your individuality and your professionalism and reduces you to a stereotype. The behind-the-scenes journey of a driver is filled with these moments of quiet injustice. You see the best and the worst of humanity, but you are most often on the receiving end of the worst. You are the one who gets the middle finger for climbing a hill too slowly, even though you're hauling 80,000 pounds of the very products that person will buy at the store later that day. You are the one who gets blamed for traffic jams. You become an easy target for everyone else's frustration with the world. The ultimate revelation is the profound disconnect between the service you provide and the value you are assigned. The country needs you. It would shut down in a matter of days without you. But the people of that country do not want you near them. They want the magic of Amazon Prime, the fully stocked shelves at Walmart, but they want it to happen invisibly, without the inconvenience of sharing their precious road space with the trucks that make it all possible. This creates a deep and abiding sense of being invisible and unappreciated, a feeling that eats away at your pride and your passion for the work. Now I want to go even deeper on this subject, because this feeling of being unwelcome and disrespected doesn't just happen when you're in motion. It extends to the very places that are supposed to be our safe havens, the truck stops, the rest areas. These are the designated places for us to recover, to find a moment of peace on our long journey. But the lie is that these places are safe. The hidden truth is that these places are often the front lines, where the lack of respect for our profession manifests in the most dangerous ways. The battle for a safe place to park is just the beginning of a much darker story about the risks we face when the wheels finally stop turning. Comment below with the words "I see you" if you recognize the human being behind the wheel. Comment below with the words "I see you" if you recognize the human being behind the wheel. That feeling of being invisible on the road is a heavy weight, but it takes on a darker, more dangerous dimension when the truck stops. This leads us directly to the eighth great lie, the lie that is supposed to be our comfort at the end of a long day. They tell you that you will always have a safe harbor. They say the truck stops are our homes away from home, brightly lit beacons of safety where we can rest and recover. It's a comforting image, but the hidden truth is a nightly battle for survival that the outside world never sees. The journey to find rest is often more stressful than the drive itself. It begins hours before you need to stop. The battle for a safe and legal parking spot in America is a desperate game of musical chairs, with 10 trucks circling for every 5 available spots. This isn't a minor inconvenience. It is the single most defining element of a driver's daily life. You are constantly doing mental calculus, balancing your remaining drive time on your ELD against the miles to the next potential spot. You pull up a satellite view on your phone, trying to see if that rest area in Ohio is already full. You scroll through trucker apps, reading desperate comments from other drivers. No parking at the Pilot. The TIA is a madhouse. The behind-the-scenes reality is a frantic digital hunt while trying to safely operate an 80,000-pound vehicle. The stress is immense. You make the decision to push on for another 30 miles to a bigger stop, a gamble that could pay off with a hot meal and a secure spot, or it could end in disaster, leaving you with 0 time on your clock and nowhere to go. When you lose that gamble, the consequences are dire. You are forced to create your own parking spot on the curved shoulder of a highway on-ramp, with cars and other trucks screaming past you just inches from your mirror. The entire truck shudders. Every time one goes by, sleep is impossible. You are a sitting duck, a stationary target. Or you pull into the dark, abandoned lot of a dead strip mall, a place with no lights, no cameras, no security. In these moments, your truck, your home, ceases to feel like a fortress and instead feels like a fragile, isolated container in a very dangerous world. The impact on your mentality is a complete transformation from professional driver to cornered animal. You are just trying to comply with the law to get the mandatory rest you need to be safe. But the system itself forces you into the most unsafe situations imaginable. But the journey doesn't end, even if you win the lottery and find a spot at a truck stop. The lie of safety continues. You pull into the last available spot in the very back row, far from the lights of the main building. This is the part of the truck stop that tourists never see. This is our neighborhood, and it's often a deeply unsettling place. Now I want to go even deeper on this subject, because the true fear isn't just about the location. It's about the human element. The moment you turn off the engine and close the curtains, your vulnerability skyrockets. Every sound outside your door becomes magnified. Is it just the wind, or is that footsteps? Is that another driver walking back to their truck, or is it someone checking to see if your doors are locked? The fear of theft is constant and real. You worry about your fuel, with thieves capable of siphoning hundreds of gallons, a loss that could cost you your job. You worry about your cargo, about someone breaking the seal on your trailer. You worry about your personal belongings. But the deepest fear is for your own personal safety. It's the fear of that sudden, violent knock on the door in the middle of the night. A knock that is never good news. It could be someone trying to sell you something, someone in trouble, or someone looking to cause trouble. Every single time, your heart leaps into your throat. You are faced with a critical decision. Do you ignore it and hope they go away? Do you answer it and risk a confrontation? You are alone, you are tired, and you are a target. This is the ultimate terrible revelation of this lie. Rest is not rest. It's a state of suspended vigilance. You never truly shut down. Your sleep is light, shallow, and riddled with anxiety. Your subconscious mind is always on guard duty. This is the true behind-the-scenes impact of the parking crisis and the lack of security. It's not just about logistics. It is a fundamental denial of a driver's basic human need for safe and restorative rest. It's a message from the system we support that our safety, our peace of mind, is not a priority. And the companies we drive for, the ones who promise to be our partners in this journey, are often the ones who are most blind to this daily battle. Their promises of support are often the most painful lies of all. Comment below with the phrase, "Always watching." If you understand that rest is never truly rest out here, comment below with the phrase, "Always watching." If you understand that rest is never truly rest out here, and the companies we drive for, the ones who promise to be our partners in this journey, are often the ones who are most blind to this daily battle. This leads us to the ninth and most cynical lie of them all. It's the lie they whisper to you during orientation, the one they print in glossy brochures next to smiling, diverse faces. The lie that the company is a family. They use warm, inviting words. "We take care of our own. We're a team." You're not just a driver, you're a partner. It's a powerful and seductive message, designed to create a sense of belonging and loyalty from day one. But the hidden truth, the one you learn through bitter experience in the cold, harsh reality of the road, is that you are not family, are not a person. You are an asset, a unit number, a piece of equipment that is expected to generate revenue. The entire relationship is built on a foundation of one-way loyalty. You are expected to be loyal to the company. You are expected to make sacrifices for them, to push your legal hours to the limit to make a delivery on time, to miss family events for a hot load, to sit unpaid for hours at a shipper, protecting their cargo, to represent their brand professionally, even when you are being treated with profound disrespect. Your loyalty is demanded, and it is the price of admission. But when the tables are turned, when you are the one who needs support, the family bond evaporates into thin air. The truth is revealed in the moments of crisis. Your truck breaks down in the middle of nowhere. Your first call is to dispatch. But their first question isn't, "Are you okay? Are you safe?" Their first question is, "What's the ETA on the repair? When can we get this load recovered?" In that moment, the entire illusion shatters. You realize with chilling clarity that their primary concern is not your well-being. It is the status of the cargo. You are a problem to be managed, an inconvenient disruption to the supply chain. You have transformed from a valued team member into a liability. The impact of this revelation is a profound shift in your mentality. It breeds a deep cynicism and a sense of isolation that is even more profound than the physical loneliness of the road. You realize you are truly on your own. The decisions you make from that point forward are colored by this harsh reality. You start protecting yourself because you know with absolute certainty that no one else will. This behind-the-scenes journey is a slow, painful process of disillusionment. You learn that company policies are not designed for your benefit. They are designed to minimize the company's risk and maximize their profit. You are just a cog in that machine. And the most terrifying revelation of all is the understanding that you are completely and utterly replaceable. For every driver who gets tired of the lies, who gets burned out by the disrespect, who gets broken down by the job, there are 10 new recruits standing in line, fresh-faced and full of hope, ready to believe the same promises that you once did. This feeling of being disposable is the most soul-crushing aspect of the job for many. It is the ultimate expression of disrespect. It says that your skills, your experience, your sacrifice, your loyalty, It all means nothing. You are a commodity. Now I want to go even deeper on this subject, because this lie is the one that destroys careers and breaks spirits. When you combine the financial pressure, the lack of freedom, the non-existent adventure, the crushing loneliness, the immense mental workload, the physical toll, the public disrespect, and the constant danger, and then you lay on top of that the feeling that the one entity that is supposed to be your partner sees you as nothing more than a disposable number. It creates a perfect storm of despair. It leads a driver to a final desperate conclusion. It makes them believe the last and most dangerous lie of all, the lie that says there is no hope, that the dream is well and truly dead. But it's in the face of that final, dark truth that something unexpected, something profoundly human, can begin to emerge. It's a truth you have to find for yourself, far from the empty promises of the recruiters and the cold logic of the dispatchers. Comment below with the word replaceable. If you've ever been made to feel like just a number. Comment below with the word replaceable. If you've ever been made to feel like just a number. It's that feeling, that cold, hard truth of being seen as disposable, that paves the way for the 10th and final lie. And this one is the most dangerous of them all. It's not a lie that a recruiter tells you, or a dispatcher, or a slick advertisement. It's a lie that you begin to tell yourself after enduring all the others. The lie is that the dream is dead. It's the quiet, creeping conclusion that with all the financial pressure, the lack of freedom, the loneliness, the disrespect, and the danger, that this entire life was a mistake, that there is no honor left in it, no purpose, no reason to keep going. This lie is the culmination of every other deception, and its only goal is to make you quit, not just the job, but the belief in yourself. It is the voice of pure despair. But the most profound revelation of this entire journey, the one hidden truth that you can only discover after you've been broken down by all the others, is that the dream is not dead. It was just never what they told you it was. The real dream, the one that keeps the lifers out here on the road, is forged in the fire of these harsh realities. And it is built on a foundation of truths that no company can give you and no four-wheeler can take away. The first and most powerful of these truths is pride, not arrogance, not ego, but a deep, unshakable, and quiet pride that comes from knowing a fundamental secret of the universe. You know in your bones that without you, the country stops. This isn't a platitude when you're the one living it. It is a source of immense inner strength. When you drive past a busy grocery store, you see the full shelves, and you know that you are the reason they are full. You brought the produce, the meat, the bread. When you see a hospital, you know that you might have delivered the life-saving medicine inside it. When you see a construction site, you know that you hauled the steel beams and the lumber. You are a ghost in the machine of civilization, but you are the most important ghost. This hidden impact is your shield. The world may not see you, but you see your own effect everywhere you look. It's a personal, private victory you experience 100 times a day. And this pride fuels the second truth. Camaraderie. The companies sell you a fake family, but the road provides a real one. It's a silent brotherhood and sisterhood that exists in the spaces the rest of the world ignores. It's the silent nod you share with another driver at a fuel island. No words are exchanged, but everything is said. That nod says, I see you. I see the fatigue in your eyes. I know you just battled traffic for 3 hours. I know you're worried about finding a place to park tonight. I know what you sacrifice. In that one simple gesture, you are more seen and more respected than you have been all day. It's the brief conversation you have at the coffee counter at 3 in the morning, sharing a small complaint about a bad receiver in a language no one else understands. These small moments are the glue that holds your spirit together, They are the antidote to the disrespect and the loneliness. You are not alone in your struggle. You are part of a vast, unofficial tribe of fellow survivors. Now I want to go even deeper on this subject, because the pride and the camaraderie are external validations. But the final truth is a deeply personal, internal one. It is the truth of beauty. The lie was that you would see America, the tourist version. The truth is that you get to see its soul. You are a privileged witness to moments of breathtaking, solitary grace that no office worker, no tourist will ever experience. It's the revelation of seeing a perfect, fiery sunrise over the foggy Appalachian Mountains, a sight so beautiful it makes your chest ache, and knowing you are the only human being for miles seeing it from that exact vantage point. It's watching a herd of elk cross a silent, snow-covered road in Wyoming under a sky full of stars so bright they look like spilled diamonds. It's that moment you shut the truck down in the vast, empty desert of Nevada and step outside into a silence so profound. You can hear the blood pulsing in your own ears. These are not just pretty pictures. These are moments of genuine transcendence. They are rewards. They are the universe's way of paying you back for all the ugliness and all the struggle. They are secrets that you and the road share. And this is the ultimate transformation. You come to this job chasing a dream sold to you by others. You get broken by the lies. But if you can endure, if you can hold on, you find a new dream. A real one that you build for yourself. It's a dream made of pride, of connection, and of those quiet, sacred moments of beauty. It is not the life we were promised. It is the life we survived. And the profound, hidden truth is that there is more honor and more meaning in that survival than there ever was in the original easy lie. This is the truth that keeps us rolling. Comment below with the phrase, "This journey is mine." If you have built your own reason to keep driving God, so this journey is yours. It's defined by your own reasons, your own moments of pride and peace that you carve out for yourself. If you are still here with me, if you listen to this entire story, it means you understand this on a level most people never will. It's a connection, and I appreciate you sticking with me through it all. Let me know you made it to the end of the road with me on this one. Just leave a comment below with the simple words, "I'm still driving." That's our signal. It says you get it. And if this conversation felt real to you, if it made you feel understood, hitting that like button lets me know that we truly connected. This whole channel is built on telling these real stories, the ones that don't make it into the company training videos. If you believe these truths need a voice, make sure you're subscribed. That way, we can continue this journey together. And the conversation doesn't have to stop here. There is a video popping up on your screen right now that dives even deeper into the unexpected moments of kindness we find out here, the ones that restore your faith when you need it most. Click on that video, and let's keep this drive going.